Our top focus this morning is on the question that's been asked for some time now. As more countries are giving the nod for vaccines for children, what about India? Well, we're likely to get children's vaccine in the next 3 months. At least this is what AIIMS Director Dr. Randeep Guleria has told us. Bharat Biotech's indigenous Covaxin is the front runner in the race to ensure a vaccine for children as well. Here are all the details, an exclusive report filed by Sneha Murdani.
India may have anti-COVID vaccine for children soon. Preventive shots for kids as young as 2 years may get the government's approval as early as September. That's not all. Made in India Covaxin, developed by Bharat Biotech and Indian Council of Medical Research, is the front runner in the race. In an exclusive interview to India Today, AIIMS Director and member of the government's COVID task force, Dr. Randeep Guleria, broke his silence on the nitty-gritties of vaccination for kids.
So vaccine trials in India are already going on. Bharat Biotech is already doing the trials and one is hopeful that the results will be out quickly. I think by September the data should be out and we should be able to have the regulatory approvals by then.
India's premier medical institute, AIIMS, began screening children for these trials on the 7th of June. They chose children between 2 and 17 for the trials. Not only Covaxin, Dr. Guleria has revealed that once Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine gets a green signal in India, it could be an option for children.
Pfizer has already got FDA approval for their vaccine. And if Pfizer also comes into our country, and since we may accept the FDA approval which has been given by the US regulators, as far as India is concerned, we could also look at that vaccine being available for children.
The government plans to vaccinate at least 80% of the 13 crore population falling in the 12 to 18 age group. This would mean the government needs to secure at least 21 crore doses to meet the target. The vaccination drive in the country has picked up pace, but children are still left vulnerable. Hence, news of a vaccine for children sometime after September is rather reassuring. This also gives the government an opportunity to now think and plan opening up of schools. In New Delhi, Sneha Murdani for India Today.
Sneha Murdani is now joining us live with more details on this. Sneha, good morning. In the exclusive conversation that you've had with the AIIMS chief, he said that in a few months from now, we can expect a vaccine for children. But realistically, what is the kind of progress that's really been made on this front so far?
Well, the progress has been slow, but there has been some progress, given the fact that India, for the moment, has picked up pace in its vaccination drive, but unfortunately, it's leaving out our children. This obviously leaves them vulnerable. But the good news is that sometime after September, there will be vaccines for children and children as young as 2 years of age. Because as far as Covaxin is concerned, the phase 2 and 3 studies, the trials involves children above the age of 2, below the age of 18. Essentially, if everything goes according to the plan, if the data is accepted by the regulator, because that is the most important aspect, the approval might just come through for emergency use for this vaccine in children. Apart from that, Pfizer-BioNTech's vaccine, the conversation of which has been ongoing in the country in terms of bringing this vaccine to India, is already being used in children above the age of 12. Then there is a possibility of another vaccine. Zydus Cadila Zycov-D, which is also the world's first DNA vaccine against COVID-19, is also being tested on children as young as 5. Eventually, we don't know, before September or sometime after September, we will also have this vaccine for children. This information also, the fact that September is when we are going to see a vaccine, at least that's the indigenous vaccine for children, comes as great news given the concerns around the third wave affecting children adversely, though the opinion on that is divided. And also from the point of view of opening up schools, given the fact that cases now in the country have reduced in terms of a daily count of cases.
All right, Sneha, thank you very much for joining us with all those details. Now, Covaxin's pre-qualification for approval from the world body is being discussed in a meeting with the WHO today. For the same, Bharat Biotech has had to submit its phase 3 data to regulators in India, which it has done as of now. The vaccine has a recorded efficacy, according to the data that we have, of 77.8%.
Is your vaccine your passport to travel abroad? Not yet, but approval from the World Health Organization is required only for a vaccine to be accepted widely across the world. For now, out of the 3 vaccines available in India, Covaxin is yet to get the stamp of approval from the World Health Organization. Bharat Biotech on Tuesday submitted phase 3 data to the Drug Controller of India, claiming 77.8% efficacy. Phase 3 data submission means it will boost Covaxin's chances of getting World Health Organization's Emergency Use Listing or EUL, which will be critical for the global acceptance of the Made in India COVID-19 jab. The pre-submission meeting for Covaxin is scheduled for the 23rd of June. The World Health Organization has already accepted the expression of interest for Covaxin. The global body has sought more time from the Indian company. The pre-submission meeting is going to be followed by the acceptance of the dossier for review, following which World Health Organization will be giving a targeted action date or anticipated decision date. Only COVID-19 vaccines that have undergone phase 2 or phase 3 studies and have been submitted to the National Regulatory Agency of record are under consideration for approval by the world body. In India's case, the regulatory authority is the DCGI or the Drugs Controller General of India. The WHO's decision on listing will not be made until the NRA or the National Regulatory Agency of record has authorized the vaccine. That is why submitting the data to the regulator was important. Well, as Bharat Biotech awaits emergency use approval from WHO, the company has said it hopes to get the World Health Body's green light by the 3rd or 4th quarter of this year. But what really is pre-qualification? Pre-qualification is a procedure adopted by the World Health Organization to ensure supply of quality assured products. It has its origin in the expanded program of immunization which started globally in 1974. If a country wanted to purchase a shot, it was neither feasible nor affordable for every country to verify the quality. Therefore, member states mandated the World Health Organization to start an initiative to certify that a product met agreed international standards in quality, safety and efficacy. Experts say that like other vaccines, Covaxin too will be requiring a pre-qualification for wider acceptability of this vaccine. Bharat Biotech would want this vaccine to reach other countries also apart from India. Eventually, if at all vaccine passport system is implemented, this is going to be extremely important. But for the time being, submission of phase 3 data and efficacy results and eventually the acceptance of the same by India's regulators will also help build confidence around India's first indigenous vaccine against COVID-19. In New Delhi, Sneha Mordani for India Today.